Alright, welcome back to the Red Dot. Today I thought we would do a little unboxing and a little bit about prototyping. So today I received a couple of packages, and if this is what I think it is, we'll have a little something to show off. So this is the big one here. Let's take a look and see what we got. So we have, looks like some prototypes here. Now I had wanted to it's probably not going slow enough for some of you. Right. So I'm going to assume that some of you probably know where this is going. So in this other package, we've got some other goodies. So I picked these up from Retro Modding. They are currently the only ones who make a clear NES controller shell replacement. And I wanted to see about making a new inlay for these. Now, some of you are familiar with the original Nintendo controller layout. Well, maybe we can do something new. Now, as you probably know, I've done this previously for the Retro Gamer Store controllers. I had made prototypes for this controller. The same process. Originally, I didn't like the way this felt. It was a little too cramped in there, and it did kind of arc up a little bit. So then I made another batch, repositioning things just a little bit, and to see if I could get a better fit. And when I did that, I think I eventually decided that number 2 was the best fit. And this is what we used to create the mold for all the stickers that we sell. So you think that would be it, but things weren't always the case. So just like the stickers that came with the controller from Retro Gamer Store, you'll notice that there is, well, they are snug, a little bit of binding. You can really see it here, that it does not line up with those buttonholes properly. They're actually a little skewed. And I faced a lot of the same problems. The first batch that came back, it did fit pretty good, but if you'll notice, it's crimped. And this is unfortunately a process of the die cutting. The mold is fine technically, but the process of actually cutting out from this 0.6 millimeter plastic was causing it to bind and to warp, and you cannot straighten it out. Luckily, this was only a sample batch. This was not the whole order. So we were able to make corrections and create a new cutting process that allows for them not to bind. And that brings us to the next iteration of our stickers. But unfortunately, although they fit Retro Gamer Store's controller just fine, if anyone tried to use them with the original controllers, this corner will not lay flat. Now, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's a lip there, and no amount of squishing or prodding will allow that lip to fit in that groove. That whole order was a loss. About 1 in 20 of these actually fits properly. So if you notice on the site, we offer a mistakes. Well, the reality is that even in our final product, we still come across instances where it doesn't want to fit perfectly in the original controllers. Now this one does fit. Our yield is pretty much 19 and 20, maybe a little bit better. They almost always fit the Retro Gamer Store shelves. Occasionally we get a couple that just don't fit. So if you're buying the mistakes, there's a good chance if you have an RGR controller, it'll fit. Now there are a few that are just way too warped and skewed to fit in anything. It just happens sometimes. So really, the moment of truth here is, will this fit? And I do have an original NES controller here that is disgusting, but this is where I got the template to make this. Not to say this is probably a much simpler design than the PC Engine and all of its curves. And you have your curve here around the D-pad and a curve here around the buttons and this big deep curve here around where the cable connects. And that's just a block, much simpler design. So let's give this. So by the way, this is a copper pattern on black plastic. And it looks like we got a pretty good fit. It might actually be a little too big, but I'm not disappointed with that. Maybe a little too big, but I am pretty happy with how it looks. Now, of course, this does have glue on it, so it will adhere on there. And in the clear shell, it probably would be fine. But I'd like to get that a little tighter if possible. So let's see here. So I'm not the only one who makes inlays for the original NES. If you're familiar with Rockhart does offer stickers for the NES. Though this is a much thinner material than what we offer. This is like I said, 0.6 millimeter thick plastic, really strong 3M adhesive on the back. This also, for those of you who are unfamiliar with our product, it's a screen printed process, and it's different than a lot of the others. We print in layers, and it starts from the back forward. So this printing is done on top of each other, and then it is backed, or really onto this 0.6 millimeter plastic. This pattern will not wear off, no matter how much if you scraped away at it, I'm sure it would, but this will not rub off. Now, not knocking this product at all. This is a fantastic sticker. I really like how they turned out from Rockhart. This is a printed process, and this will most likely eventually wear thin. Now, I can't say that I've tried it and had that happen, but that's something that I would be a little concerned about. So while I was having that prototyping done, I decided to try one more thing. So what I got here was a product they offered that I thought was kind of cool. And what we have here is bamboo. This is a laser cut bamboo. So I thought, man, this might look really cool. And I can't say how practical it would be, but I think this would make for a really fun way to style your controllers. Now, it wouldn't be just playing bamboo. What I'm thinking about doing is replicating. I can't do 3 colors. I can do 2 colors. or well, really wood and one color. And I'm thinking about putting in the B and A and the select and start. I probably would not put it down here because there's not a lot of tolerance for the AB here. I probably would put select, start, BA up there and replicate this pattern by burning it into the wood. I think it looks pretty cool. I also think that this centerpiece could be a little thicker. That's not too bad for a first go. I have a feeling this will take a lot less time to get to market. It took about almost 6 months with the original because of the mistakes, but I don't think we're going to be able to, we know what to do now to not repeat those mistakes. And we should have these ready, I'm going to say maybe by late March, maybe even sooner. So definitely see. One thing to keep in mind is it's Lunar New Year and a lot of the factories in China are closed. So it's going to take a little bit of time before I can communicate with my my team and get these ready to go. But once they're back and working, we will start the process. Yeah, and really that is pretty much it. And there you go. This is, like I said, a little bit of unboxing, a little bit of prototyping, and hopefully we'll see you around in the next video. Be sure and follow us online, wherever you follow social media, and you can subscribe here for more videos.